think my mic is plugged in. Hold up. All right, mic should be good now. Hassan, what's going on, man? What's happening? All right, all right. All right, let me get myself together real quick. Chart is up, looking okay. Let me get my YouTube up.
Hello, everyone.
All right, that's good. All right, excellent. We good. From parts unknown. What's happening, Mick? Okay, so let me grab this real quick, throw it in the chats, and then we should be good to go. That's funny. They asking about the towels. He asking if I'm really gonna have towels. That's hilarious. That is funny. All right, cool. That's good. And one more. That's good. Okay, cool. All right. All right. So let's see how this market is looking right now. So what we looking like? What are we looking like? I see environment is still intact. Not sure what has been presented as far as any actual opportunities, because I was off for a little while. But I didn't see any chatter in the chat, so yes, loving that TA life. Oh yes. Absolutely. Okay, cool. Didn't know that, but all right. That's good to know. All right, so what's going on? What phase are we looking at right now? What phase are we in at this very moment? What phase are we in? What it look like? Okay, so he's good. Phase 2. My man, Josh was on it. He ain't playing games with this market no more. He's like, I'm really not playing with you. Did anything transpire after the trade from earlier? As a matter of fact, like, give me a recap. If you had to break down what actually took place as far as moving through the phases, what would you say happened? Like, where did we move from to end up where we are? Okay, Sandra. Okay, I got that. Jermaine, what's good, man? All right, Jermaine is on it too. Very good question. Very good question, Ash. Ash is asking, in your previous videos, can you explain why you say only take a couple of trades versus lots of trades? The market behaves differently each day, and sometimes there are many opportunities, and other days there are less. So should you not take advantage of those days where the market gives many opportunities? The reason that becomes a better and better question is because I like to explore what people consider many opportunities to be. I really enjoy, like, actually digging in a little bit to find out what you consider to be a lot of opportunities. Just the phrase many opportunities is relative. That's a relative statement because I, it's all good, Jermaine. You're not giving nothing away. I know that's why you pulled that message, but it's all good. So Ash is like it depends on what you would call a lot of opportunities. Okay, because just me generalizing, I'm always gonna say less is more. Always, regardless of what strategy or what method that you might be using or what you're doing. Overall, they're going off on the willies. Overall, the less that you trade, the better. Because every time that you trade again, you expose yourself to the market again. And if what you're doing is not based on necessarily interpreting like what the market is doing underneath what you would consider to be your opportunities, if you're not able to determine at what point the market's, is no longer giving you your opportunity with a high probability of winning. That's kind of more so what I would think you would want to examine and take a closer look at just for yourself. Like, look at what you do and then define what represents one opportunity to you. You know what I mean? Let me see what he said. You could probably get 2 trades quite easily, but sometimes they'll say 5, 10 or more on a good day. Right. And when, like, just like that statement, like you're saying 2 trades, like what 2 trades? Like, what does that mean to you? You know what I'm saying? So whatever definition that you give to a trade that you would take, that is more so going to determine whether or not there will be opportunities for you on any given day. If you trade more aggressively, for example, let's say that you trade aggressively, right? So you take a lot of opportunities in a day, just in general. Is your objective to find quantity over quality? You see what I'm saying? Do you want a lot of the trade that you're looking for, or do you want the best out of the litter of the trades that you're looking for? Because there's a difference. Just that alone, there's a huge difference between those two things. You want all of the trades that the market is going to give you that could, present the opportunities for you, or do you want out of those trades that are available to only take the best ones? And then what do you define to be the best ones? Like, you see how much work you got to do to really drill down and narrow down whatever your plan is going to be. And see, the reason I'm talking about this is because this is educational. Like, this is what people need to hear. Even if you're not trading, the way that we trade, because whatever it is that you do, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what strategy, what method, what anything, what your analysis is. It makes no difference. You have to literally figure out what your trade plan is based on what you define to be an opportunity for you. Out of that, you have to figure out what are the best out of those opportunities for you to know what the best is. It's just like if I said to you right now, well, what's the best? You see what I'm saying? So you would have to explain to me, oh, well, the best case scenario would be this. And then my question would be, how many times did you see that on the days when you're saying that there's a lot of opportunities? You see what I'm saying? So if just like what you just wrote, you said you could probably get 2 trades easily. Now that right there that's a vague statement, because what 2 trades? You know what I mean? Yes, and that's what I'm saying. What you would call to be, or what you would say is the best, would be different for you because you're trading different. You're trading with a different methodology, and you're using whatever you're using. You understand what I'm saying? But the bottom line is that what happens is every time that you expose yourself to the market more, you lower the chances of being profitable. You don't improve them. Every time that you expose yourself to the market again, you're now exposing yourself to what the market is capable of doing. And the market is always capable of doing something outside of whatever you're expecting it to do. That it does that by default. So one of the reasons why I've always stressed to take fewer trades is because you automatically increase your chances of maintaining profitability by taking fewer trades. Automatically, regardless of what you do. It doesn't matter what your strategy or your method is. The less that you expose yourself to the market, the more likely you are to remain profitable and keep your money in your account. When you start to take more trades, you decrease the chances of money remaining in your account. That's just period, regardless of what you're doing. But that's an excellent question. I like that. Look at what Adam says. To see now that right there, that's it. Exactly what Adam is saying. That's the reason why I always suggest that you limit your exposure. Listen to what he says. The casino wants you to stay on the table. The longer you stay there, the more money that they're going to make. Eventually, you're going to give the money back. That's how you got to look at it, man. You look at it like that, you'll keep the money that you made. You know what I mean? You will keep the money that you made just because you're trading less. Just because you know when to call it quits. Like, you know what? I'm going to chill and I'm going to just take what I got and it's all good. And that's why, like, through evolution and over time, look at how valuable it is to limit your trading. Like, look at what I've been able to just show through the challenges. Like when I first did the 1-a-day challenge, it was 1 trade a day. 1 trade a day. What we do now is less than 1 trade a day. I take less than 1 trade a day now, and I make more money than I was making then. How's that possible? So it's all about the way that you finagle and you maneuver and position things. It's like moving the pieces on a chessboard. This is chess. This ain't checkers. We playing chess. You got to be strategic in your thinking and in your overall plan and your strategy. You got to include money management. You got to include quote unquote risk management. Like when you incorporate everything into your actual trade plan, now when you execute, you can multiply what your profits and what your benefit is going to be, and at the same time lower the stress in the process. You can do that. That's what we do. You can definitely do that. He says, but then there are days the market does not give anything. So if you don't take advantage of good days, see, and I'm glad that you're saying that, because that's the same thinking that keeps people in the loop of losing. Like, all right, I'll give you an example. You feel like, all right, a new day. Let's see what the market is going to do. Market don't look how you want it to look, right? You don't take trades all day. You don't take any trades. Cool. Next day, you feel some kind of way about yesterday because you didn't take trades. You feel like, damn, the market didn't give me nothing yesterday. Today comes, market don't give you nothing again. Day 2, like, damn, hold up. Day 3 comes. As soon as day 3 comes, your first thought is, yo, I got to get a trade. I ain't get a trade in 2 days. I got to get a trade today. Look at what you just did. You just immediately put yourself in the mindset so that you're really going to force your way into the market today, because you feel some kind of way about the last 2 days where there were no trades. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you sticking to whatever your framework is that you built for yourself, whatever your plan is and whatever your framework is, you should stick to that no matter what the market does. But look at what you just said. You just said there are days the market doesn't give anything. So if you don't take advantage of the good days, so that statement alone is insinuating, well, when the market is giving me the trades that I'm looking for, I'm going to take as many trades as I possibly can, because I don't know when the day is going to come where there's no trades, so I can make up for those days. But you're going about it with that thinking, and I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm just saying that if you think that way, you will execute that way. And what will happen is instead of you sticking to your plan and just working your plan all the way through, what you'll do is project the energy on yourself that creates pressure now. You literally will create pressure and you'll put unnecessary pressure on yourself because you feel like there have been days where there are no trades, or there will be days where there are no trades. So, oh, today there's a lot of trades. Let me take as many of them as I can. I'm going to take all of the trades today. You see what I'm saying? You put yourself in that mindset where you feel like you want to squeeze every drop out of the market that day. But the market is not to be squeezed. You see what I'm saying? The market don't play with you. You want to squeeze, and while you squeezing, the market is relaxed and just waiting. It's like as soon as he let go of a little bit of that squeeze, I'm going to tear him up. Next thing you know, bow, you get smacked. You take a loss. And this is on a good day. This is what happens to people. You take that L on a good day. You like, damn. Oh, man, I was 10-0. Now I got to try to get that back. And you immediately what? You shift right into revenge mode. You won't stop. You're not going to take trades, be 10-0, and then take a loss and then stop trading on that day. You're not doing that. What you going to do? You know what you're going to do. You're going to take 10 more trades. You're going to take 10 more trades until you 25-4. You're going to take 30 trades, lose 5, win 25, and break even, hopefully. Come on, man. That's what people do. And it keeps them in the loop. And it's like, you know, if you do it, if you go about it that way, it's like you're so limited. You're so limited because it keeps you in a negative loop. Like you be in the red. You always trying to catch up. You always trying to catch up. Instead of just building up slowly. If the market, it's just like, define what represents the best trade that you could possibly ever take. Whatever that is, only do that like twice a day. Even on a day where there's 10 of them. Even if there's 10 trades that day, take 2 and stop. Can you do that? And it's like, well, I'm not going to make that much money. Let me tell you something, man. If you take 2 trades a week, 2 a week from now until kingdom come, you'll be filthy rich. Because what I'm telling you is that the 2 that you're taking are going to be the best trades that are available to you. You don't know what that's like yet. You haven't experienced that yet. Because you're used to taking 10 trades on a good day. You see what I'm saying? You're going to take 10 trades on a good day. Then you'll have those days where there's no trades. Then you feel like you got to make up for the days where there were no trades when there are trades come by taking more trades. And it keeps you in that same loopity loop. Every time, man. See, Adam hitting it right on the head. I'm going to get to that in 1 second. David said, 1 a day, all I need. Jay Carley says, if I always win my first trade of the day, why would I take another one? Adam said, that's the TA vibe speaking through me. Talk about the casino. Yep. Jermaine, that evil spirit of greed. Woo. Now, see, I like that because listen to what he said. That evil spirit of greed. See, greed is not good all the time. Greed is not good all the time. As a matter of fact, most of the time it's not good because you don't know how to control your greed. Like there's a difference between greed and capitalizing on a situation. They're 2 different things. You can capitalize on a situation and then once you reach whatever your goal was, you stop. The greed you can't control, you won't stop. You keep going. Oh, they always still giving it up. Oh, I'm going to take it. No, man. No, stop. Stop. Joshua said anxiety builds into thirst and unproductive chart time. Amen. Adam, and the unproductive chart time builds thirst too. It's Dutch door action. That's hard right there. Jay Carly said, even on the good days, we take 1 to 2 regardless. Holly said, quality versus quantity. All the time. I mean, just think about it. Like, you have to, and, Ash, this will be helpful for you just in general to just remember, because this is what we always think of. We always are mindful of treating trading like a business. Like, think about that. So if you have a business and let's say that you're selling a product, the way you generate income is by selling your product to your customer, right? The better the quality of your product is, the longevity of the customer will exist. The better quality of the product, the more that you will sell that product without having to try to sell it. It sells itself, right? So in other words, now the revenue is generated automatically because of the quality of the product. Not because you sell a lot of products. You might have narrowed down where you tried out 10 products at first and the customers don't want 8 of them. They only want 2. All right, y'all want these? All right, cool. So we're going to find the best ones of these 2 products. The best quality for these 2 products. And now you isolated the best quality for those products, and you only sell those products now. So you're giving them exactly what they want, and you're giving them the best. That's the equivalent of how we have to look at trading. That's what your trades represent. Your trades represent the quality of the product. If the quality ain't there and you chasing the trade, you just spinning your wheels. You chasing the money. And that's what you don't want it to turn into, because trading, when you treat it like a business and when you actually execute with a level of skill, now it becomes different. It's no longer a game of chance. It's no longer guesswork. It's no longer, oh, well, sometimes I do pretty good and then, the market changes up and then I don't do too good. No. The market changes up, of course, but it doesn't change up to the point where you can't control yourself. You always are in control of yourself. There's always something that you can do to stop whatever you don't understand at the time. Sometimes you just got to study more. You don't need to trade at all. Stop. Study. And when you look at it like that and you treat it like a business, that's how trading is going to treat you. Like a successful business, a long-term business. And when you think of it in terms of it being a marathon and not a sprint, you don't even concern yourself with the day-to-day anymore. Because you know that over time you can build up, you can scale up, you can increase because of the quality. You see, the core is there. The quality, you know what the best trades look like. All you gotta do is wait for them to come. And then when they come, you limit them. Don't take 10, take 2 and call it a day. Now it changes up the whole dynamic. It switches and you start to move away from being stressed out. You know what role that plays with you emotionally when you have less stress on you when you're trading? At some point it's like you get to the point where you don't even care. It's like, well, I ain't gonna trade today. All right, well, it is what it is. All right, I come on the charts tomorrow. I'll take a look and see what's going on. The market ain't really do too much today. All right, cool. No stress. Then the day comes, boom, trade. You're like, oh, that was nice. Okay. Market might give you another one. Boom. It's like It's like learning how to live below your means. Think of it like that. Think of it like I don't need 10 trades a week. Let's get it down from 10 to 1. What do I got to do as far as scaling up to put myself in position to do what I was going to do with 10 trades with 1 trade now? How can I do that? Let me figure that out. And now when you start to redirect your energy and your focus and you put it towards that, now you begin to elevate everything. Everything starts to change. You become better. You trade better. Everything. It's powerful stuff, man. It really is. Adam said it's not a math thing, it's a mental thing. Jay Carly said, open a savings account, go into your direct deposit option at your job, put $24 per paycheck in that account, and don't check it for a year, and then get back to me. That's it. Steady and slow. Winston, I want to follow the blueprint trade until I get to the income phase. The blueprint, you already in the blueprint, Winston. Already in the blue. Like that, like everything that I do, you kind of already know if you've been here for a while. Like things I do are subliminal. So I might start a challenge and call it something, and you looking at it. If you're already within TeamAlliance, you look at the way that I might be trading in those challenges, and you naturally have, like, I don't even know what to call it, but there's a tendency to try to emulate what you see me doing in a challenge, or within, you know, what you might see me do within the project. But you got to understand that the framework that you're being trained to do is just so that you strictly do not lose trades, period. You're not being trained to be some super trader, and it's not possible for you to get, 20 plus years of experience in a year. Like it's not going to happen. So there's just certain things I do naturally without thinking about it because of time and experience. Now the demonstration of that is showing you what skill allows you to do. This is why when you train more and you develop your skill, you elevate and your skill becomes greater, and you begin to naturally see things in the market that you were not seeing before. It's not that I gave that to you. The market is giving that to you. I'm giving you the framework. You see what I'm saying? It's like having a foundation, and then once you have the foundation, now you building your own house on the foundation. I laid the foundation out for you. Now you building your own house because you know how you want the house to look. You see what I'm saying? So it's more like that. I know. He said, I'm in my head. I'm in his head. I already know, man. I already know. Before you even say anything, I know what it is. He said, my whole focus is discipline and patience. Adam said that you can charge more. Yep. You can work as hard as you can to keep a lady happy so she keeps you, but you can't control if she breaks up with you or not. Focus on what you can control and the worry disappears. Yeah. See, we on the vibe right now. We heavy on the vibration right now. Oh, man. Rhonda said, it's like buying a lot of the same product, thinking that you're going to be able to move it all in one day, and you only sell a couple a day. That's it. That's it. Yep. Jelani said, I'm just here for the nuggets while eating popcorn. He is hilarious. He make it sound like he watching Netflix or something. Yeah, man. But yeah, ask that, that was a great question that you asked. And I'm glad that you even asked that, because it kind of helped me to delve into that a little bit more. And I know that that will help, someone to kind of understand things a little better when it comes to how you should look at trading. You know, I mean, it's just one of the many things. It's like there's so many things that can confuse a person when it comes to trading. The same way, I mean, it's the same, it literally, it mirrors like the whole idea of a business. It really does. Like, that's why I like to use that analogy, because it's kind of the same thing in business. When you go into business, you don't know what people's response is going to be. Your job is to create the environment for then, when they come into the store, you have things placed a certain way in a certain position. There's certain lighting the way that the light is hitting down on a certain area in the store. It naturally draws people to that spot. But how did you know that? You see what I'm saying? How'd you know that? How'd you know to put that display like that? You didn't know. You had to try stuff out. And when you try things out, it becomes process of elimination. All right, let me try this. All right, no, they ain't like that. Let me try this. No, they ain't really like that. Let me try this. Oh, yeah, I think they like that. Boom, you found something they like. Now make that better. This is how I look at trading. Oh, you found a trade that works? Okay. Keep looking at that and figure out what the best of that looks like. Figure out how to do that and not lose. Figure out how to only wait until that comes. And then it begins to elevate. That's how you do it. When you do it like that, it gets to be crazy. It really does, because it does elevate. This sunlight is hitting this daggone phone, getting on my nerves. Where's this thing at? Is that it? All right, I think that's it. Holly said this knowledge is revelation. Yes, it is. Adam, I like when questions like that get asked. When you go into business, everything is a calculated risk. Yep. See, because the risk aspect of it is always the part of it that's unknown. It's just the part that you don't know yet. But the thing about it is that you will know at some point. At some point, that information will come. And then when that information comes, now you evolve. Now you can fine tune it. You can improve it. You can make it better. And it's an ongoing process. It never stops. It never stops. Like, why do you think that every year they got a new cell phone? You're like, damn, I thought I had the best one. You had the best one last year. Think about this. This right here is crazy. Just think about this, why I got this on my brain. Every year when you buy a phone, right? Let's say the best phone that's out right now. Oh man, it got 24 megapixel front facing camera, rear facing camera. It got all type of stuff. It's lighter weight. The battery lasts 3 days. All of these features, right? You hearing all of that, blah, 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 blah. Now, that's the best phone right now. Next year, that phone is garbage. Like, think about that. What was the best then, now is not the best no more. And not that it's garbage, but you understand what I'm saying. It's not the best anymore because they took the same phone and they made the same phone better than it was last year. It's the same phone. They added this. They might have taken this away. They made this lighter. They made the battery last longer. They made the camera better. They made it thinner. They made the screen bigger. It's evolving every year. Every single year, these phones get better. Technology continues to improve. It's the same principle when you're dealing with what we do. It's the same exact thing. That's why the training is so important. What do you think training does? Training allows you to make the better phone next year. You see what I'm saying? The only way you're going to get better dealing with the market, because the market is always the same. The market can only do but so many things. It doesn't do a whole bunch of extra stuff. It does what it does, and that's it. It's you who's getting better. It's your skill level that is elevating and increasing. How are you doing that? Through the training. The training is what's creating a better phone over time. It just keeps getting better. More features, more improved. Telling you, man. Telling you. Rhonda said, don't be a jack of many skills and master of none. Master the one that make it pop for you. Adam said, I know because I've done it twice. Once you do it, the ability transfers to all areas of your life. Yep. Frank says, doesn't matter what time frame of the chart do you. The chart time frame that we use with what we trade is just the 1 minute chart. Frank, we trade binaries on the NADEX platform. So like, it's not like Forex where you're looking at 4-hour charts or 1-hour charts or anything like that. We actually want to see the market in real time. As a matter of fact, we have the 1 minute chart up, but we're really looking at what the actual price is doing, what the price is doing itself. Adam hit that on the head. He said it's evolved so much that nobody uses the phone to make a phone call no more. That is crazy. And he's right. I get mad when somebody call me on the phone. I'm like, what are you calling me for? Text me. Message me. But it's still called a phone. Exactly. Ash says, say for some freak reason you lose a trade because with binaries, it's down to timing and can be close. So does that not concern you that it can take you weeks to get back because you need the income if you're doing 1 or 2 trades? No, it doesn't. No, it does not concern me, because if you are to lose a trade, then it means that you need to focus on something specifically that led to you losing that trade, because when you deal with the binaries, it is about timing. So you have to realize that the process that you're in right now may not even be the real trading process. What I mean by that is you may not have figured out yet where you can be consistently profitable to the point where you're avoiding loss. It's like if your key focus is to avoid losing, you'll be way better off than trying to figure out how to win trades. When you try to figure out how to win, what you're doing is you're curve fitting. So it's like you're trying to create a pattern. There's a recognition of a pattern that you're building in your own brain. And what happens is you want to be able to see that pattern in the market so you can take your trade. You see? But if you flip it around and you're like, you know what? Wait, let me take that. Let me take what I think is a winning trade, but let me look at how the market actually behaves. Like, let me look at what the market does when I'm in that trade or when I take that trade. What could the market possibly do to cause me to lose that trade? That's the research that you want to put in. That's the study that you want to put in. That's the work you want to put in. That's what needs the work. So, like for me and for what we do on Team Alliance, that work was done already. That work has been done already. So we're not in that process. The process that we're in now is execution. Now you can just learn the framework, and now your skill grows and develops, so that you develop patience and discipline and everything that you need to only execute the framework. You see what I'm saying? We're not trying to figure out how not to lose. We know how not to lose. You got to figure out how to remain patient and not deviate away from the protocol and the plan, and just execute that. Now, oh, the trades actually literally just come to us because it's either yes or no. It's either the market gave us the trade or it didn't. It's not subjective anymore. It's not you trying to figure out, oh man, I usually win that one. Like you understand what I'm saying? That's kind of more so what I think that you're leaning into. It's like you're saying, well, for whatever reason, if you lose a trade, now you got to build back up because you lost that trade. When what happens is, if you happen to lose a trade in between, like say for example, that someone who's training with us, they're trading, they lose a trade. First thing we do if we lose a trade, we stop trading for that day, period. Like you're done. Ain't no more trading that day. You lost, all right. Stop, study. Look at what happened. And what happens is, when you commit that time to study what the market is doing, boom, you see exactly why you lost the trade. Now you know why you lost the trade. It's no longer, listen to what you said. He said, for some freak reason. You want to turn it from a freak reason into knowledge. Now you know exactly why you lost that trade. You realize how that just elevated your skill? You figured out why you lost the trade. Come to find out, you shouldn't even been in the market. Oh, you see what I'm saying? It changes the dynamic of everything now. And this is how, like, if you just apply things that I'm saying to you now in your own trading, I guarantee you that your results are going to improve. I guarantee you, because you're automatically changing just the way that you go about doing things and looking at the market. Don't think in terms of the market, being scarce. Oh man, I gotta get my trades. No, you don't have to do that. What you have to do, if you want to do this long term, is position yourself. So in other words, figure out, where do you want to be as far as your level of income that you want to earn. And I'm talking about, like, at the high end. What's the most that you want to earn? You need to know that. So if you say, all right, well, I gotta make at least 800 a week. All right, cool. Now you have somewhere to start from. So now 800 a week, you have to build yourself up to the point where you'll get 800 a week off of your trading in a bad week. So you have to lower your activity in the market, so that when you do take your trades, you get your trade. And now you're trading less, earning more with less stress. But you see, to build that plan out takes time. This is what I'm saying. Like, you have to actually have a plan, and you got to draw your plan out. It can't just be, well, I'm trading and I'm just trying to get the best trades and get as many of them as I can at each day. That's not a plan. It's not a plan to just go in the market and try to take trades using the method or strategy. That's not a long-term plan at all. You have to find the holes, and you have to fill the holes before you even start trading. Before. So even before you get to that, like, you have to figure out what your goals are. Like, where do you want to be financially as far as your income? That's one. Two, how do you build a plan around that in the worst case scenario in a given week? You see what I'm saying? So where you might have thought, well, I need at least 10 trades. Bust that down to the point where you only need one trade. Now what happens is, well, shit, if I could get it down to that, I might get two. And now if you get two trades, you double what your income expectation was. Because you're going to meet your income expectation off of one. Does that make sense? Like if you know that you want to make 800 a week, you want to build your account up to the point where you can get 800 a week off of one trade. Now, if you end up getting 2, 3, 4 trades in a week, you just 2x, 3x, 4x your income expectation for that week. You flipped it around. Now it ain't you being stressed out trying to get that money. You see what I'm saying? Now you're over. It's like you're doing better than what you were expecting. Just because of how you flipped the whole thing around. You have to stretch out your goals over time because you can build up to that point where you can meet that income. That's not unrealistic. That's very realistic. That's how you do it, man. That's how, you got to flip it around. And then when you flip it around, it's like in any time that you're trying to build, you have to reverse engineer first. You ever seen engineers draw out the plans for a construction? They start at the end and then come back. They got to figure out, what do y'all want it to finish? What does the finished product, how do you want that to look? Oh, you want it to look like this? Engineers get the plans from an architect first. The architect drew it. The architect drew what his idea was for the construction. Then it goes to the engineer. The engineer's got to figure out how to create it now. They have to reverse it. I know we're going somewhere else with it right now, but all of this makes sense. I'm telling you, it all makes sense. Not concerned you that it could take you to. Okay, I read that already. All right, cool. Who I said, don't forget, too many people say practice makes perfect. However, practicing a bad habit does not make perfect. The better saying is the perfect practice makes perfect. Facts. That is a fact. Frank said that's what he's practicing on also. Adam, Walker's recent L's created a whole week's worth of awesome training. In a way, his L's are W's. Come on, Adam. Preach to the choir. How many times have I said that? I'm like, you realize that the best knowledge comes from when you take an L. Because it's what you do with that L that makes all of the value pop. Come on, man. Come on. David said, I get more valuable information from Mark's market commentary than the financial pundits on CNBC or Bloomberg. I agree, man. It is. It really is valuable. That's why I love the questions. Because Ash sparked this whole conversation up. Josh said 120K. 10K a month. Definitely, I mean, come on, man. You can get that. Like you can build up to that in a year. To that level of income in 1 year. And especially if you train in the beginning. Like, don't try to trade in the beginning. Train first. Because you got to lay out your plan. Once your plan is and your foundation is laid out, now it's just execution. It's execution. Rhonda said, become one with the skill. Understand the psychology within MRMH. You'll learn more about the market. That's all we doing. J. Carter said, Mark gave us the plan. I just do what Mark says. Oh my goodness. With time freedom, 1 to 2 per week, pretty much solid. Telling you, man. Rhonda says, some people deal with stress and it's challenging to see the plan. It's okay to be the person that needs more time than others. to understand. Just stay the course. Come on, Rhonda, tell them. I love that. See, because that helps you to understand you're not in a race. Like, you're not racing, like nobody is racing you trying to get to the finish line. It's not a race. We're not racing each other. We on the same team. Everybody here is doing the same thing on their road to freedom. That's it. That's it. That was hard. Holly said, watch your behavior. Double entendre. Joshua, 70 contracts pretty much averaging 2 to 3 a week. Yes. Yep. Or if you even if you did half of that and you average 5 or so, like kind of like 1 a day or something like that, you could get there. Bottom line. What is your time worth when you can go in, get your 1 or 2 trades, and then enjoy your life? That's it. That is it. Just signed up. Where do I go from here? What is your name? Are you Paula? Let me see. That might be Paula. If you literally just signed up. Okay. All right. I got you right now, Paula. Don't worry about it. You're going to get an email. And also, I want you to connect with me on Facebook. And I'm going to post my Facebook profile link in the chat right here. So when you see the link right here, just go there and then send me a friend request. And I'll take care of you. Adam said, trading for me is going to give me the ability to invest more in real estate. The snowball effect will keep rolling. Yeah, man. See, that type of stuff gives me goosebumps because that's exactly what you can do. Like, you literally, like when you position yourself to have like I don't want to call it a machine, but it is kind of like it's like an income machine. But it's not an income machine that is something that doesn't make sense. It's a machine based on the fact that you have turned your skill into a machine-like thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've taken your skill and you've put it and elevated it to a point where it's just execution. And execution don't mean trades. Execution means understanding where you are leading up to potentially being in a trade and letting the market give you that money. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so much better to wait for the market to give it up. Don't try to force your way into the market. That's how people end up getting slashed. Like, people really get popped. And some people never recover from it because they don't even understand how to deal with a pop. You get popped once and be hurt. You get popped twice, you done. But that kind of is the thing that goes along with not having the guidance and the direction. And that's one of the things that, I kind of pride myself on doing, as far as just always putting out the education and the information so that people understand, oh, that's not even what I thought trading was. No, it's not. Everything that you perceive trading to be is not what it is. Trading is more like some of the other stuff we was talking about. It's more like a business. It's not like a casino. It's not gambling. The way people perceive it to be, it ends up being like that because they're not dealing with the level of skill. The same way that if you go to the poker table, for you is gambling. For the professional, he's sitting there waiting to take your money. Just sitting there waiting. He ain't saying nothing. He got dark shades on. You can't see his eyes. He ain't saying a word, sipping on his cognac, waiting. He know you don't know what you're doing. He just is like, all right, I got him. It's only a matter of time. I got him. That's what we doing. Paula, you should have got the email. And let me see if you sent me on Facebook. Yes, you did. All right. All right, Paula, I got you. Yeah, but these lives are powerful, man. It's amazing. It's good because like the lives turn into like little trainings. Like this is just training that's on the internet now. It's it's just crazy, man. Crazy. Paley, is we're evolving our mindset. Mostly the market is cool because if you really have skill, seeing the market, the skill at seeing the market has patience in it. Exactly. Exactly. Who I'm signing up right now. My name is Aaron Lewis. Okay. All right, Aaron. Paula, I messaged you just now on Facebook. You see it? If you're still on here. Adam says, every winning trade goes into an account. That account builds up to buy property that creates income to deposit into that account. Rinse and repeat. Exactly. Exactly. It's it's just awesomeness. Adam said, Aaron, welcome aboard. Rhonda, keep playing live and losing. You will see just how much of a business this is when you get that tax statement in the mail. Exactly. Exactly. Yep, she is not lying about that. Yeah, you want that W-9 to be, you don't want no parentheses around your number. Nope, no parentheses. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, let me see if you got added automatically, Paula. Paula, check your notifications. You see the I just sent you an invitation for the group. So accept that invitation. Oh, Aaron said, thank you, Adam. Never had a Facebook account. Not really my thing, but I created one specifically for TA. That's how we do. Yeah, that's like a running joke that we got too. Cause I know that there's a lot of people like for whatever reason that they're not on Facebook at all. And then when they get on Facebook, when they join us, Can't get rid of them. They figure out how to navigate and use it. Look at Adam. He said, I should warn you about my ridiculousness ahead of time. Oh, what time is it? 3:56? Oh, I gotta get out of here, man. Let me go pick up my kids. All right, y'all, let me get up out of here. So Paula, I will finish getting you set up, and Aaron, when I see it now, so I'll get you set up also. Give me a chance to get back to my laptop, and I'll get you guys going.